This team, when it was making its runs, was 3 lines deep, was noted for being 3 offensive lines deep and deep on defense. Do you feel that with the players coming up, you have enough top-line centers to spread across 3 lines, or top-line, forwards to spread across 3 lines?
Yeah, Lindy was in today. We spent some time on that, not specifically that we had to have not all of it on your question, but we did cover that. And I think if you look at, again, I'll point to someone like Tim Kennedy. He's someone that was drafted as a left winger. Spent considerable time in the middle last season in Portland. Had a very good year. Likes to control the puck. Likes to have the puck, and is a very good playmaker. So there's players like himself and others. Gogolá is coming over from Germany. So we think that we have some good talent that is going to get an opportunity in training camp to really show us whether or not they're ready for the National Hockey League.
What is your level of disappointment? We never got to really ask you that at the end of last season.
Yeah, the losing is one thing when you don't make the playoffs. I mean, everyone wants to make the playoffs. That's the opportunity. That's your lottery ticket into hopefully what amounts to great things. So it was very disappointing.
With Larry making the statement a few days after, and the general evaluation that you and Lindy would be retained. This is, as John said, the first time we've heard from you guys. Do you feel like this weekend with the draft, the first stepping stone to building for next year, is that more pressure for you and Lindy to get it done next year for the future of yourselves in this franchise?
Well, the pressure, I always feel the pressure to get it done. I know some people don't think I feel it, but I do. And you act on it, and you act on it in a way that you think is going to best benefit the organization, both on the short term and the long term. Lindy and I have been together now for, I don't know what it is, it's a lot of years, and we work very closely on it, and it was very disappointing, and we've spent a lot of time and expect to spend a lot more time on it this summer. So we're looking forward to next season, and we're looking forward to a better season.
There's a perception out there that perhaps, for better or for worse, this organization needs new blood, whether it's at GM or coach. Your thoughts on?
I think that's out there every year. It's just the degree to which it's out there. So I've dealt with that in the past. We'll deal with it going forward, and our focus is on getting this organization, first and foremost into the playoffs, and then going from there. I honestly don't spend an awful lot of time worrying about what other people think. I certainly respect what other people think, but there's a job to do, and that's got to be the focus point.
Darcy, with the cap being relatively flat, does that open up opportunities to, and maybe in the trade market, to acquire some players who might not normally be available because teams that are either close to or above the cap have to say, I got to clear this guy out for other things? Does that fall to a favor of you and a team like this at all?
I think that's part of it. I think that will play in. I think another thing that will play in is maybe teams that have committed to long-term deals feel they need a different type of player, and so I think you'll see some movement in those types of players as well. There aren't, when you look at the unrestricted free agent market, it's not a big market. Most of the players have been locked up long-term by their clubs, so I think one of the trading opportunities is going to be to trade players that each team has under contract, but maybe they need a different flavor.
Darcy, after watching the finals, how close or how far away do you feel this roster is from the Pens and Red Wings?
Well, I think the first step is to get into the playoffs. When I look at the Penguins they're interesting. They paid a very dear price to get where they are. They essentially went to the bottom of the league for 5 straight years. Accumulated picks. I think they have 2 first overall picks in Crosby and Fleury, a second, and Malkin and Jordan, Stahl, and Whitney was a fourth overall pick. So, they went to the bottom, they collected the picks, and now they're benefiting from that. So they're an elite team. They should be that way for a number of years. And I think in Detroit's case, Detroit has started a culture there that goes back 25 years ago, 26 years ago, with Jimmy Devellano going there and the Ilitches being the ownership. They created a culture. They've had a lot of success in the last dozen years, and they're to be credited. I think they're one of the outstanding organizations in the National Hockey League, and someone that we can learn some things from.
Patrick, you expect him ready for the year? Patrick Lillian?
Yes, we do. He's had surgery. He had surgery, and he'll be fine.
Will John Tavares be as good a hockey player as his uncle is a lacrosse player?
I don't know. I've heard great things about his uncle. I haven't seen him play, and unfortunately, that's not a good thing to say. But John is a very good hockey player.
There's a report that Danny Payet had knee surgery after he did something.
He had a small procedure that would, during the season would have put him out for a couple weeks, but he'll be fine.